This week on Kerr Fatou.
Asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a dalal fii ci beneen programme yi Kerr Fatou tey nag ñu am mbégte lool Oli dalal fii Nenneh Freda Gomez Nenneh mu nekk executive member of CA Citizens Alliance foog naa ñoom ñooy di newest party in town ñu welcome la Nenneh si Kerr Fatou.
jërëjëf Fatou di kontaan pour ñëw fii tey.
ñu bëgg a xam kan mooy Nenneh Freda Gomez pour ñi nga xam ne bii mooy first time nag yaa ngi ñëw Kerr Fatou.
Gambia la judo fii la yaroo fii la demee school St. Joseph's High School la demee high school and then bi ma jeexalee high school liggéey naa si Gambia fii tuuti. But then I didn't stop there. I was looking up to some great women that were in the bank and then I was like, okay, I want to be them. But what do I do to be them? Then I realized it was education. You know, they got degrees to be where they were in the positions. And then I started like, okay, then how do I get it? Then I started looking into schools, applying and here and there. I got a school in America. I traveled to America and went and studied. When I finished my studies, I came back home. And when I came back home, I applied to different banks again because I studied finance. My major is in finance and a minor in economics.
2016, nga active on the politics. Lan mo waraloon doon?
Because, you know, we were all yearning for change. I think even Halebunda Ubisa, feeling na something was necessary, something needed to happen.
Because you yearn for change, come just like every other Gambian, ñëpp change leen bëggoon. Change bi tey nak nga ko gisee ndax change bi nga bëggoon?
Well, I will say no, and that was the reason why we formed a political party.
So some people will say, out of all the parties in the country, why, if you were interested in effecting change quickly, why don't you join any of those parties that are in existence? Why Citizens Alliance? You
know, most of the times the ideologies, the principles might not be that much different, but it's the execution here that is much different. And then again, we believed, you know, when we talk about democracy, that's what we said, we fought and achieved in 2016, 2017, but then the existing parties, does that happen in their internal party policies and procedures? Because it starts from there. If you're not democratic internally, when you take government to govern a whole country, would you be democratic enough? If you look at all the existing parties, once you mention a name, it's centered around one person. And we did not want to do that because when we started talking...
Your party is also centered around somebody.
One person right
Who?
now.
Dr. Cisse.
You know,
you cannot avoid that.
I guess
you
that
cannot avoid that.
Okay, I'll answer that. I'll answer that. I beg to differ. You have a right to feel that way.
Well, I'm just saying the reason why I'm saying that you are an insider. We are outside.
Exactly.
That's what we feel.
So that's why
everybody says CCA as Dr. Cisse.
Dr. Cisse is not even an executive member.
Well, he's the interim leader.
No.
Interim Secretary General,
No,
what? What is he?
Dr. Cisse is not even an executive member.
Well,
we have Dominic. What we have is Dominic as the
interim
chairperson. Okay.
You've mentioned how when we talk about certain parties, an individual is automatically identified, and that is exactly what is happening with CA. So how would you guys change that notion then?
I do not think to that extent, honestly, because this is a new party. Like I said,
that is Dr. Cisse's party.
No, it's not Dr. Cisse's party.
What distinctive difference would you give us between CA and other parties? Something that we can look at and say, yes, this is it. Apart from
well, our approach and the way we handle issues is completely different. Because for us from start, we said, okay, we are going to be a political party that is going to change the narratives. We won't come here and be attacking people and be fighting people. Our main aim is to be the next government. And the next government is a government of development. It's not a government of, you know, personality attacks. It's not a government of issues. It's not a government of some lan la fi defoon, sa yaay lan la fi defoon. That has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
You are now here. This is your generation. This is your era. It's what you contribute to the table. So we talk about issues. We talk about policies. And what we do is we put the things on the table. We try to sensitize people of why not something but the other thing.
What would be CA's policies towards women when they're in government?
Okay. I mean, CA is ready to amplify the voices of women because we acknowledge, we've looked at how women have lived in this country, like for how many years ago, how many governments have come and gone, and what has women achieved, or what are women's achievement in these governments. We acknowledge the systems and processes that were in place are not favorable for women, even as we speak today. A CA government does not think like any woman should die during birth.
How are we going to choose you over other people if you are not giving us specifics? What is the economic policy? What is the agriculture? What is the health? That is important.
We have policies, and I can tell you that every policy that we are adopting or we're going to adopt when we come into government have been tried and tested. Okay, and again, it's unfortunate that we have this COVID-19, that we have not been able to go to Congress. A lot of things has kind of drilled by. Once our manifesto comes in, it will be clearly stated, word for word, what plans, what policies, what strategy, what we're going to do different. And I can bet you, take it to the bank, it's so different from anyone you have ever seen out here.
There's been a lot of speculations and just people suggesting the CA Karava Avenue Party. CA Party Wankombala. We're talking about 53 constituencies. That's what you need to win the next government. But apart from Karava Avenue, comme ni ko ñep di waxé rek ak ci combo bi ndax ñeneen ñi suñu jaalé gis nañ seen bopp ci CA.
The good news is I think it wasn't only working hard, but we were working smart. We know that elections is not only Combo, KMC, BCC that votes. It's the whole of Gambia that votes for you. And thus, you have to win the hearts and minds of those people. How are you going to win it? It's going out there and talking to them. It's not only on the phone or sending them a letter or a WhatsApp message.
Pour CA war a win fii Gambia ñi ñëpp da ngeen leen war a penetrate CA fa naka nee na ñaari structures ngeen am in place pour foog ne pour war a win 2021 elections, knowing let's say UDP ñu fi for 24 years build nañ seen structures the party bi dëgër na ñoo am the biggest followers and everything. So pour change the mindset of these people ñi nga xam ne dañ far si parti ba pare.
Citizens Alliance is not a party that is coming to vie for the 2021 elections. We know we're going to win, but let's say we don't win and then we all disperse and go. No, this is a party that is here to stay. We have built structures that is for a long time, okay? But then you say, you know, all those parties, yes, they have a lot of advantages because they've been here for long.
Years, yeah.
Exactly. But then again, ñun dañ believe ne the Gambian is awake now. The Gambian is aware now. You don't vote all this time. You ci bari ñu fi. Am na ñu votoon depuis yaakaar mi Jawara depuis bu Jawara toogee ba génn ñu votaat Yaya Jammeh toog ba génn ñu votaat pour Barrow ñëw te still seen life change seen livelihood change seen environment change seen community change nit ñooñu ñoo nekk di toog right now di xalaataat ok lii yëpp maa ngi ko def at yii nii yëpp lan laa mun a def loo xam ne man dinaa gis moo fa ne suma carte amal na ma njëriñ because the voters card is powerful. If you should use it on anything else, you have to see the ripple effect on you as a person. If that is not happening, then there is something wrong. And where Toloni, that is what people are looking at. What have I been doing wrong? The party that I've been following for too long, what benefit did it have for me and my livelihood? And CA, believe me, people are not looking into political favors. People are ready now for developmental favors.